Yo, what's good, people? We back and we got a couple topics we gonna get into today. You feel me? WNBA draft was the other day. 1 second. I'm kind of under the weather, so bear with me. I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I felt like shit. We got the play-in started yesterday in the Western Conference. Continues today in the Eastern Conference. So let's get into it. Oh, before we get into that. Jonte Porter, the brother of Michael Porter Jr., Jonte Porter played for the Toronto Raptors. He is banned for life for gambling, for betting on himself. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I guess he thought he was doing it smart. I heard that he was taking the under on himself. They even showed a clip where he made a three and was like, damn, like he wasn't supposed to make that. So he banned for life, man. Crazy. Yeah, it sucked to be him. But let's get into the WNBA draft. Definitely was a success. You already know, number 1 overall pick, Caitlin Clark. Who else was it going to be? You know what I mean? She a rock star right now, so you already know. Number 1 pick to the Indiana Fever. Cameron Brink went second to the LA Sparks. You know what I mean? You know, she a defensive juggernaut. Can't wait to see what she going to do. She can guard multiple positions. She got some height on her. And she also going to be there with, what's her name? Rakia Jackson. I don't know how to forget her name because she tough. She a bucket, played for Tennessee, so they both gonna be over there in LA. They in the rebuilding stage, so I don't know what how the rest of their team look. I know Chicago Sky gonna be decent, 3rd overall pick. Reigning champion, you know what I mean? Kamilla Cardoso, she went to the Chicago Sky along with 7th overall pick Angel Reese. You know what I mean? That's gonna be interesting because you know we used to seeing them going head to head. Now they gonna be on the same side, so that's gonna be fun to watch. Just shout out to all the ladies, man, making their dream come true. They all professional athletes now. Elisa Pele, you know, she a certified bucket. Aaliyah Edwards from UConn. I'm trying to get more familiar with the 2 young ladies from France. They look like they can hoop. Yo, you know who I want to give a shout out to? Kate Martin. You know, she played in Iowa with Caitlin Clark. Now, we know Caitlin Clark, the headliner. She the rock star. But a lot of the times, especially in the tournament where games was getting tight and the defense was doing their best to try to stop or slow Caitlin Clark down, or she was on the bench, Kate Martin was putting up some buckets, man. She hit some tough shots late in games and everything. So shout out to her. She a competitor. And she going to the Las Vegas Aces, who is the reigning champs in the WNBA right now. And they played Caitlin Clark and them on July 2nd. It was a video I did the other day where, you know what I mean, I was explaining where their normal arena, they can't even play there no more. When Caitlin Clark played the Aces, they got to go to another arena that's bigger, that got more seats. They got like 8,000 more seats. So, you know what I mean, they're going to put asses in them seats. That's more money, that's more viewers, that's more people in attendance, and that's pushing the sport forward. That's what I think this new generation of women's basketball players are going to do. And to be honest, I think this is probably the greatest WNBA draft class all time. Even if you don't want to say talent-wise, but at the end of the day, the amount of attention it got. Like, this is my first time ever watching the WNBA draft, and I watched it all the way through. So, I mean, shout out to them, man. Like, they really helping build this sport up. You know, they've been asking for it for a long time. All the current WNBA players, you know, they want more pay. They want more people at their games in attendance and everything. And this new wave of women's players, what I call the golden age wave of players, it seems like they about to do just that. They about to help push the sport forward. So shout out to them. So let's go ahead and get into the play-in Western Conference. First game, LA versus the Pelicans. Now, I knew LA was going to win this game. I thought it was going to be a close game, which it did turn out to be a close game, but it was part of the game, 3rd quarter, where the Lakers started to pull away. Even in the 4th quarter, I think they was up by as much as like 15, something like that. And the Pelicans started turning up. And in particular, Zion. Like, Zion had a career night last night, 40 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And this is like what you want to see from Zion. Any player of that caliber, that talent, like you want to see how they perform in meaningful games where, you know what I mean, something on the line. Excuse me. And I mean, he did just that. He was doing everything. Like, but unfortunately, injury, man. Turned out that he pulled a hammy. So it sucked, man, because you like this what we've been waiting for. Like, I feel like he can be one of the superstars in the league for sure. Like, he just got that it factor on top of being able to jump out the gym, all the highlights and stuff. So it's unfortunate for him, and he already ruled out for the game Friday against the Kings. But the Lakers, they win. They, they locked into that 7th seed, but they gotta play the Denver Nuggets, and I don't know, man. I don't think they would, because the Denver Nuggets got their number. They can't do nothing with Denver for the last couple seasons. Can't. I mean, they beat them last year in the conference finals. They might have swept them this season, if I'm not mistaken, in the regular season. So we gonna see how that's turned out. Lakers fans, they always gonna act like Lakers in 4. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Denver in 5. That's what I'm feeling right now. They just can't do nothing with them. And then we go on to the next game. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that the Golden State Warriors was gonna win this. I thought their experience, and since the simple fact they just been on this roll, I thought they was just going, just handle business. On top of that, the Kings got the injuries. Kevin Huerter, more importantly, Malik Monk, potential 6th man of the year, like he was gonna run away with it before he got hurt. His ability to put pressure on the defense, whether that's driving to the lane, he could distribute. Of course, he could shoot the ball. They ain't got him, so I'm just thinking they got Keon Ellis, who was a young dude. I'm thinking that, their experience, even though he been playing well, I'm just thinking the experience of the Warriors was going, be able to handle that. But he played great, and they got the win. And of course, the biggest thing is coming out of that game is Klay Thompson. Damn, man, it's crazy, man. I'm not even going to bash Klay because it's crazy. It's just like, he one of them players that wears his heart on his sleeve. And you remember when he got benched during the season where he was in the locker room talk about it? You could just see the hurt in his face, just like damn, like I feel for you, dog. Just as a basketball player, you got to come off the bench now. Like, you used to be him. You can't find your rhythm, and it's just like, you just looking like you kind of want to cry and everything. That's the same look I seen on his face yesterday, like after miss after miss. Like, the more he missed, the more you look at his face, he's just putting his head down, just like shit, I ain't got it no more. Like, that's the look on his face, man. So I ain't even gonna bash him, man. It just like, damn, man, like, cause he one of the best players of the last decade, besides these last couple years, man. Like, he is a major part of the Warriors dynasty, man. So yeah, the Warriors on their way home. But one thing about it, the Warriors fans, they showing Klay love. They like, yo, we don't care what happened. We don't want to see Klay go nowhere. And that's the kind of fan base I like, man. But it is what it is.